Hello? Hello?
Hello, Philip.
Hiya mate, you alright?
How are you today? Well, it's Lawrence calling from Learn Direct.
Hiya mate, how are ya? How are
Very well,
ya?
thank you, yourself?
I'm alright, thank you.
Yeah, good.
Remember we got
I believe you're looking to get you onto, is it level 2 or level 3 canine care or what are you looking to do?
level 3. Well, both really. Basically, I'm looking for some sort of package, to be fair, within the welfare curriculum for the correct type of welfare curriculum that I'm looking for.
Yeah, okay, so what are you actually looking to achieve from it? So what's the outcome you're looking to
Well,
get?
the outcome that I'm looking to get is enough qualifications to then eventually try and, once I get comprehensive in English and maths and things like that to help me within a career progression into employment, the idea would be is to have all the qualifications I need to be at university's door, and then all I would have to do is either apply for a scholarship, find an employer that would take me on with the qualifications, or use their or use the employer's route, or use an employer's route to access higher education through one of their probably bursaries or something like that. Providing, obviously.
Okay, so there's a couple of things you're still going through there, so I'll try and sort of explain some of the course we have. So you mentioned that you'd be looking to do sort of something within the canine care and welfare sort of bundle.
Yeah.
So looking at possibly doing sort of more than one course to gain it. You said there about, is it English and maths that you're looking to do as well?
Yeah, I need my English and maths. I've looked at the qualifications for entry requirements for the veterinary.
So what we can do for yourself, because we have different types of English and maths. You have English and maths functional skills level 2, the equivalent to a GCSE level C,
Yeah.
or you can do the standard GCSEs English and maths for yourself. That'll give you obviously the opportunity to go as high as an A-star in English and maths GCSEs.
Okay, I'm already enrolled to a English distance learning course with Leicester College for English.
Perfect.
For GCSE, so I'm not too sure if I'd need the English yet. I won't know if I need the English until, bear with me a second. I'm not too sure.
If you're already enrolled onto that one, you'd be able to enroll at a later date should you need to get it for any reason.
Okay.
So it's not an issue if you don't enroll on it now. If you would like to take it on later on, you can always just enroll later on and get it sort of when you need it.
Okay, if I explain to you what I need, for where I want to go, because I know I'm on universal credit and I know there are some certain subsidies that you can be access to. So basically I know that you can go to places like In Training with only universal credit and job centre, and they can help subsidise any costs towards further training. I know because I've tried when in 2006, I think it was 2006, the job centre or Connections, they put me forward for forklift truck training.
Yeah. So with our courses, as a private college, we have obviously different paying plans available.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're looking to have assistance for that, that's something you need to speak directly to whoever's helping fund it. Obviously, regarding we have as a private college, we have just our set payment plans for it.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Funding, it's something that you either arrange privately, they send you they send you the fees to do it, etc.
Yeah.
So people i.e. get the work to do it, or if like you said on universal credit, you may have the ability to go through there. Typically, as a private college, we don't typically accept funding. It's something that you do not privately fund yourself.
Yeah.
Or you do payment full. We have different ranges. So what is it specifically that you're going to look into achieve?
Well, what I'm looking for the access to what I want to do, I need 5 GCSEs, English, Maths, Science, and 2 others. And level 2 and level English, Maths will suffice. But that then is the access to who am I speaking to again?
My name's Lawrence.
Yeah, that's alright, as long as I'm speaking to the person I spoke to yesterday. So I'm looking at veterinary science. Access to higher education gives me 144 UCAS points, and I found out online it's 112 to 122 before any normal university will accept you.
Yeah, most universities are quite good in the sense of because of the way that the credits are attached to the access course, they will expect kind of normally sort of 30 credits at distinction level, 15 at merit, but obviously we give you the opportunity to get up to 144 UCAS points and 60 credits are attached to the course normally, so it is very much able to get you onto veterinary medicine courses, vet science courses at university if you're looking to go that route. And obviously if you'd like to sort of combine that with a functional skills in sort of maths or GCSE in maths, you can do that. And what you'll find is some universities will just accept English and maths. With some universities you don't need 5 GCSEs. So with some universities on their requirements you'll just need maths, English and an access course.
Yeah, I was looking at
two primary functions and 3 A levels.
Yeah, I was looking at my local university. They required 5 GCSEs, but my local university
okay, so they are 5 GCSEs.
Yeah, they only do 3 scholarships a year, basically, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that want to get into university, and there's only 3 scholarships a year, which is quite a lot, to be fair. But what I'll be looking for is because I know to achieve the qualification of what I need to achieve, I know I need a biology A-level in veterinary science.
Yeah, so the credits attached to the veterinary science one will cover your biology credits. So the credits attached to that will be necessary what you actually require.
Okay, so
that's how the credits work.
Right, that's how this access to higher education works. Basically, it works by you teaching me everything I need to go and get that A-level.
Yeah, so basically the access course is, rather than doing 3 A-levels, you'll do an access course in a specific subject.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they basically build the access course for one purpose and one purpose only, typically.
Okay.
That purpose for yourself is to get you to do that one course you're looking to do, really.
Yeah.
There's some access courses get you on more than one, but so for veterinary science, it gets you on most veterinary courses at university. So the way that is the equivalent to basically having 3 A-levels. So that's your 3 A-levels normally that you're required to go to university. That would already be ticked off just on the access alone.
Yeah.
So then it would be just up to yourself about getting the other qualifications that they request. So if they request sort of 5 GCSEs, and it's specific what you're looking to do, you're currently going through the process of doing your English GCSE, you're still in your year for according to what your entry requirements are for that scholarship. You need 4 GCSEs or an access course.
Okay.
Obviously, the one thing I'm going to make sure to crystal clear for yourself on that one is that when you're looking for the cost of 4 GCSEs and going through and doing an access course, your sort of cost attached to that is quite high.
Yeah.
So obviously I appreciate you're going to look to see if there's any sort of subsidies based on our payment plans. I can tell you now, so if you were to do like a 24-month credit agreement on that, set you up on sort of 3 or 4 GCSEs and an access course, you're looking at sort of maybe anywhere from sort of 3 to 5 grand.
£3,000 to £5,000 over 24 months.
What was it?
£3,000 to £5,000 over 24 months. Now I'm in universal credit, and I receive, as a standalone person, £351 per fortnight per month, minus £100 in repayments. Because obviously I don't know if the government can provide these types of things because they take such a long time to get their funding and their grants and things like that. Does that make sense? So basically, if I'm honest with you, what I'm looking at to do is paying for the course myself and then claiming the money back from the government to turn around and say, well, look, I've had to pay for this course myself because you couldn't subsidise it for me to get into employment. But bear with me a second. So 3,000, so 251, yeah, times 12 is 250, times 200, where's my calculator? I'm crap at maths, this is why I need a maths qualification.
Yeah, because what I can do for you, for example, is I can go through some of the details for you, and we can have a look to see roughly what it works out to for yourself, obviously, depending on what you're actually looking to do. I can put in as many or as little of the courses as you need.
So basically, I have. So if you're telling me the price of the cost, and we'll go to the worst case scenario, that the cost will cost £5,000. On £251 a month times thingy gives me £6,024 over 24 months. £6,024.
Let's take a look to see if we can build sort of an idea of what we're looking for. What GCSEs would you be looking to do alongside the course, the access course? So the English you said you're already doing, so you don't need it.
Okay, if you can guarantee me that if I do the science access to higher education course, I will not need 5 GCSEs and I only need the English and maths, I can scrap the GCSEs and I don't need to do them.
What's your university you're looking to go to?
I haven't got that far ahead yet. I've only looked at my local university. Preferably I prefer open learning because I don't do very well in group settings, if I'm honest. And what's very much
the key thing I'd say for yourself
will be open university.
I can't 100% guarantee you, unfortunately, that if you know me to say I can 100% guarantee you can get in without knowing a university, because every university's entry requirement is different.
Okay.
One thing I would say is that most universities now will accept GCSE level C or above in English and Maths plus an access course, and that will be enough to get you onto a university course. Obviously, it will vary from uni to uni. So, like I said, it will be just about sort of going through and checking the entry requirements when you're looking at picking your university. I am aware.
Do you have a list?
Do
you have a list of universities that accept, or any list of previous learners that you've had that has already entered and gone through this process? I'm sure I'm not the only person that's gone through, and then what university they've gone to, so therefore you could give them, that way you can tell me and let people know what universities accepted and what universities didn't, based on the entry requirements. If every entry requirement is different, then surely there must be some people that have been accepted onto these courses, and you know what universities accept people with the access course and just level 2 English and Maths.
Yeah, so taking a look here, okay. Let's bring it up. Do you want to get what I can do? So I can always just go and ask one of my colleagues because he is more versed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to do more open university as opposed to going to an actual physical class where it's done online and you've received paperwork for the post and stuff like that, and then you go to send your modules back, if I'm honest.
No, well, let me just confirm what I've got really quickly and see if you can give me any advice if I get 2 seconds. Just give me 1 moment.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I was just confirming with my colleague there. So, just confirm with him. So, for the example, we're looking to do Bristol. The access course will give you everything you need alongside Maths and English GCSE level C or above in order to enroll onto the veterinary courses there.
Okay, so there are universities that will accept then?
Yeah, so most universities will accept. 99% of the UK universities accept the access course. They would offer, I think, accept over 150 UK universities for access courses. If you are interested in looking at sort of the credits attached, so you're also much more okay. So the access to education diploma is science, medical, science, psychology, or similar background, accepted alongside a grade C in Maths and English as well. Yeah, just a little read here for yourself at Bristol University. They accept just so access course plus the Maths and English GCSE. So you need to do 5 GCSE, just do Maths, or if you're answering, you're already doing English.
So what would be the cost? What would be the cost of the Because is English and Maths level 2 tied in with the access course?
So it's not tied in,
It's separate. Yeah, that's fine. No, that's all. I don't need to sell it now. I just was asking. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound rude.
What was I saying?
It's all right. So it's not. It's not paired. They're paid separate. But the access course is what? Yeah, because you need it to get
So
onto
the
the
access
access
course
course.
is primarily what you're going to require for the course. Okay, that's going to give you the equivalent to 3 A levels. Obviously, A levels are sort of supersede GCSE. So alongside your 3 A level equivalent, which is the access course, they require English and Maths. That's basically just your the two most functional skills. Obviously, you can do level 2 functional skills Maths, which is equivalent to C. But what we normally recommend if you're looking to go to university is to do the GCSE in Maths, GCSE in English, and then a better recited access course. You mentioned earlier you're already doing your English.
I've got an assessment for my English. I'm not starting my English yet. I'm currently revising for my English assessment.
Yeah, that's right. So then, say for example, you didn't pass your English exam, all that would happen is you just reach back out to ourselves and we can get you onto an English course, okay?
Yeah.
You can still go through that. You can do functional skills as a last resort, which is equivalent to GCSE level C. For yourself, that can be done within sort of 3 months, so a lot easier than sort of an actual GCSE, just because it's a recognised equivalent of this maximum grade of a C.
Yeah.
So if you're already on an English course, I appreciate not finishing yet, but if you're already on one, what I can do for you is I'm going to enroll you today on a better recited access course and your GCSE Maths with your exams included in the cost. That will be a total price for example £1,818.99. Now you can spread that cost on a 24-month credit agreement for £9.99 deposit today and then £84.39 a month. Or if you'd like to do it interest-free, you can do 10 monthly instalments. That's 0% APR. That does require a credit check. It's just a direct debit. That would be a £19.98 deposit today and then £179.90 a month for 10 months. Your first instalment wouldn't begin until the last working day of September.
Okay. I like the interest-only option. Yesterday we discussed 25 to 35% discount off the actual whole of the price. Now, is there any wriggle room on the interest at all over the fact it's 24 months, and why does the interest rate so high?
So is the reason for the interest rate being so high and not specifically down to your credit profile?
Because you've avoided the course. Yeah.
Really. So instead of paying for something over 24 months, so the total cost of credit, for example, the interest rates are like say around 24%. Total cost of credit never really exceeds sort of hundreds of £200 over the entire 24-month period. So it's not obviously something that can, or not something that will actually sort of change based on your credit profile. It'll sort of sit fairly similar for pretty much all of our learners. Unfortunately, it's just all the way our third-party finance partner have set up the agreements for it. They take your course in full, and you sign onto a credit agreement with them, and then you pay them back monthly on that. What you do for you is I'll give you an extra 40% discount. Okay, so that reduces the course now. So it saves you in total £605, or 30% off rather than 25% normal course discount. So
600 and how much?
extra discount on for you.
What was the discount again, sorry? 5%?
So with regards to, so on even 3 science, it's currently 20% off, so that now goes to 25%.
Yeah.
And the English, the GCSE Maths, would be now 35% off. So in total you're saving £605 or £685 and 24 pence. So it now works out £1,699 and 74 pence for yourself.
£1,699.
£699 and 74 pence. If you want for the credit agreement, in total you can repay £1,906. That's £207 and 9 pence in credit. But if you did the interest-free option, you now do £90.98 deposit. It'd be £167 and 98 pence a month over 10 months, 0% APR.
Well, I can't really afford the 100 and something pounds per month. So I appreciate the reduction.
For the credit agreement option, then it would be £78 and 83 pence a month with the extra discount I'm offering you today.
£73 a month. That kind of works out because I know I'm still having to pay more for the course, but I'm only paying £100 something more for the course, aren't I? As opposed to £200-300.
So in total you're paying £207 and 9 pence for both courses in total in credit.
Yeah.
So that's the the additional sort of cost on top, because it's a 24.2% APR, so total cost of credit is £207.09. It works out as built into the £78.83 monthly cost for yourself. And obviously you would be able to select the payment date yourself during the enrolment, so you'd be able to pick a day either that your UC comes in, you'd be able to pick the day after. So your insurance basically is able to go through for you.
And if I was, bear with me a second, Lawrence. And if I was to, say if I was to win the lottery, or I played the lottery and I won the lottery and I wanted to pay the course off early, is there any, is there a payoff before the 24 months?
There's no early settlement fees with the course.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no
that's the word I was looking for, yeah.
And you can settle the agreement at any time for yourself.
Right, okay, so I can settle it at any time?
Yeah, so for example, like you said, if you were
for myself,
or for any reason just came into an influx of £1,000 and thought, you know what, I'm just pay off my agreement, you can just pay it off any time. Obviously, you can contact Premium Credit, who are a third-party finance partner you're going through. You then just pay it off. You pay it off in full, and then obviously your credit agreement finished.
Okay, so I pay a deposit of £9.99 today.
Yeah, so it's £9.99 today, and then you pick a day within the next 30 days for your instalments to begin. Okay, so once you pick that instalment date, that'll be in the next 30 days, so you can be able to pick anywhere up until like, well, it'll be on the 21st of September, and then that'll be when your instalments begin, and then it'll be 24 month instalments from there.
Right, okay. Can you give me, basically, you were talking about the money in the funds to pay the deposit. I was supposed to go out and get rid of something this morning. However, I had a cheeky lay-in because I had a problem with my alarm system last night. My alarm system decided not to set itself, and then decided to set itself off and whatever else it was doing last night. Didn't get much sleep. So basically, what I'm going to do is actually, if you can call me back to retrieve the deposit, possibly, I should go today really, but yeah. So basically, yeah.
Just let you know now, the sale ends today.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get this done, I'd recommend getting this done as soon as possible. It's £685.
Yeah.
Or then go back on it and it goes up to like £120 a month for 24 months.
Yeah, I know.
It's a little bit unattainable again. So if you have the ability to do a £9.99 deposit, I can literally set up your Luna profile and send you a link on to make the payment. And then you just go through the link myself. It takes about 2 minutes. If you have £9.99 in your account now, I can get this done and send it out to yourself as quick as possible.
I would, but council tax and my partner likes to smoke a lot of tobacco, so unfortunately I don't. And plus I had to pay a lot out to try and fix this laptop as well to get it fixed and just to make it secure. But other than that, yeah. So what time do you close today? We was quite on the phone late last night. Pardon? 5 p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. is when we finish here. What I will say is I do have a large number of enrolments, as it is obviously, yeah, they're not sale price, so getting a hold of myself can be a bit difficult, sort of in the latter stages of this evening, or as I should say this afternoon. I do have a couple slots available, but they're sort of around sort of lunchtime, so they're around sort of 1:30 and 2 o'clock, so that's probably the two best times to really get a hold of me.
I'll be looking for more.
Obviously, for yourself, it's like £9.99 that we're trying to get to yourself so we can get you all sorted. So I'll try my best to work around when you can get it. Do you know exactly what sort of time frame you need to get the £9.99 by the new deposit?
I've got a couple of dogs I need to look after. I've got some other things that I need to get done. I was hoping sort of like, if this is the number I can call you on, I could just call you before the end of business today.
Yeah, so you can call me, and like I said, sometimes we deal a lot outbound, as you're aware, so we contacted you today. So sometimes you will not get a hold of me because I might be on the phone doing it.
What I'll do is
not to panic. It's not to panic if you don't. If you do just leave a voicemail, send me a text. I'll give you a call back.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'll give you a text message, and then I'll give you a missed call, and then I'll let you know, and then hopefully you can then call me back.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that works perfectly for myself then.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're able to get back in touch with myself, what I'll do is I will keep the additional discount I've provided you today.
Thank you.
I'll make sure that that code is saved for yourself.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, we only get a limited amount of additional codes we're allowed to give out to students, so I'll secure you that one for myself.
Yeah.
So if you today. If I haven't heard some sort of by about 4:30, the code will probably be used up by alternative.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Sort of secure discount. So
Yeah.
if you do get back to me before 4:30, that would be perfect.
Okay then, Lawrence. Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for calling me back. I look forward to speaking to you.
You take care. I look forward to hearing from you later.
And you, mate. Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Yes. Well, as you heard, and that was Learn Direct, and yeah, I need to now go and find £10, and I don't want to sell any of my games. We see these bugs and these problems that I keep getting and what's holding me back from learning, progressing myself, getting some comprehension, and then I need to go and get my medical stuff as well, such as my medication. So my medication can help, but I don't see no point in dwelling in the house of the Lord forever, you know what I mean? It's just not me. But yeah, if I can get into Open University, fantastic. If not, I'll try and get into one of the employment careers route on one of their bursaries or scholarship schemes. And that's available to most people, by the way, but there are certain things you need to do within your life. And I've explained it to people in my area, so the parents around here understand. I haven't put it online because then everybody will do it. And there's not enough bursaries to go around. As you heard me say, there's, I'll tell you here, my local university only has 3 scholarships a year. And to get onto one of those, or not be able to go to University of Leicester. So the scholarships within University of Leicester, which is a council university, Citizens of Change Scholarship, register from assistant, tell us what change you want to see in the world. Sanctuary Scholarship, University of Sanctuary, we are committed to supporting asylum seekers, Sanctuary University scholarships. And sports scholarships, so if you are good at football, basketball, running, jumping, athletics, rugby, you can pursue a sports scholarship, but stay in school and get your grades. Scholarship, care leavers, when it's mature students over 21 when they start their course, works out to £1,000 a year, so you get £1,000 towards your course. UK campus-based students can get £1,000 a year. Facilities, coaching, there's all sorts. Stonygate Scholarship, students who overcome adversity or made sacrifices. Students from areas of low higher education participation. So this one here is quite interesting. So if you've started school now, what this says to me, now I don't understand everything, don't get me wrong, I'm not too sure what this means, but students from areas of low higher education participation, that rhymes. Basically, can have £1,000 a year towards their course fees and what goes on. What's it say here? Studying as a citizen of change. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's not the one I clicked for. See, this is what stresses me out. So basically, what this says to me, if there's a low uptake of people, citizens of change, rewarding career will change the way if you come from a low income background, it can be even more of a challenge if you need low income background. Eligibility criteria, you must be registered as a full-time and undergraduate student on the 1st of December, available for all subjects including medicine. If you have any queries, admissions at le.ac.uk, and I'm pretty sure wherever you live or in your country they have these things as well. But to earn a genuine living wage that you can live on and live happily on, there are certain places you need to go and need to be. I am not stupid. You know what I mean? You could have someone who earns £2,000 a year cash in hand on top of whatever they get. And Skylark from areas of low. So you've got Skylark. So basically, I think this means if you've got if we're in an area of, so because this is less if you're from, I don't know, say a certain place, I think, because it's not telling me nothing. So basically, if you get one of those places where you live in, right, say you live in Leicester or Leicestershire, right, and you go out to, where's a really nice place? Let's say, the only really nice place I know around Leicester is Syston, right? And I know that most of their students and most of their children are all average earners, earn mediocre wages, and support their children into universities and colleges, right? Okay. But they have higher education participation as opposed to where I grew up or where I am, which is like, you know, your Broadstons, your New Parks, your Highfields, your Northfields, your lower education areas where people don't believe in education as much, and don't believe that they'll actually get anywhere. But just remember, you know what I mean? There's always somebody watching, listening, or you never know. God might have a hand, you just never know. It's worth taking the chance though, right? And they are areas of what I perceive as people that are just basically brought up to go, right, okay, just go get a college degree in construction and go and work. And then because they didn't go and get all of the qualifications in architecture and building sciences and all these types of things, they end up on an agency struggling to fight their way up as opposed to struggling and sacrificing. So instead of sacrificing time, right, and social events, which you would have to do to be able to do these types of things. I'm an antisocial person anyway, so right. Well, I'm not actually a social person, it's just I feel too anxious when I go to social places. And I'm too overconfident and people are like, for fuck's sake, shut up. That's why I don't do anything. Alright. So yeah, because we're in those low deprived areas where people don't go to education and you want to go be an architect, you then design the building for then somebody to go and build for you. Do you know what I mean? Or if you know the structural sciences on how a building's supposed to be erected and what the maths are, the pressures, the building pressures, everything like that, like for example, how much weight, after you dig a foundation, I don't know this, I'm sure a lot of people that work within the building trade do not know this, especially if you're on a low level building trade such as agency work and stuff like that. The fact that how much weight a piece of concrete can take before the building will start subsidence, and what the consistency level of soil has to be rigidity of the framework of the building that you're putting the bricks to. You know what I mean? Plus you can do innovative building design, so you can build a very nice design such as what's in London. So you've got all those buildings in London and in America and stuff like that look really nice. You learn how to build them. You build one, you work for a company, and your job would be then to go and secure with your design to go and secure the contract for them to do it. You get a nice healthy commission, guy gets a nice building, builders get plenty of work, everybody's a winner. You know what I mean? But I believe that everybody can learn. It's just different rates of learning. Like, my rate of learning is really slow. So 2 years is pretty much alright for me to do this course. I have to really do take my time. Like, I have to. When I was at college, what I had to do was, I was struggling with my maths the most. My English was okay. Comprehending English and listening to a story and trying to see what the writer was trying to do. Anyway, you know what I mean. And the punctuation, the spelling, the indents and stuff like that, that wasn't too difficult, but you'd forget. And then maths was the hardest one, because what I'd learned one day, I'd go to maths the next day and I'd forget the previous day's lesson. Even if I went home and we went back and we do it. So what I have to do when I'm learning maths is, I have to go to maths, do the maths lesson, take the notes, do the exercises, write myself some examples. The next day, I get to the library early, so say my first lesson's at 9 o'clock. I've been in the gym at 7:30, I've done a swim at 8 o'clock to cool down. I've then had a shower, got to college, had some breakfast next to the college, or took a pasta lunch with me, ate something in the dining hall, and then sat in the library for an hour and a half until my first lesson, starting my brain up. So I started my brain up just doing my maths work, so running through some bits and pieces of my maths. Because I've done a lot of damage to my brain over the years with drugs and messing about and not paying attention and listening to people I should never have listened to. But hopefully I'm going to go and get out, try and get this $9.99 and then get enrolled onto this course. And here, like I said, it would be £73 a month with an additional discount. Now, I was talking a little bit fast, and giving me a little bit of spiel, but my advice is, when these people are talking to you and you're trying to negotiate the best deal, is go online and then compare it to other learning providers and what they offer. So, for example, I'm going to go Google now. Google access course providers. Online access course providers. Now, I was going to do this for Tamsin when I was at college. I bought a couple of mopeds to sell, and I was going to try and put them into some private education alongside a public education. So we've got Arden University, that's university, Distance Learning Centre, fully accredited courses. So we have the distancelearningcentre.com, 100% distance learning, with a 4.5-star rating from Trustpilot. So it's been reviewed, and these guys do business, health professions, midwifery, physiotherapy, radiography, sports science, social work, public service, physio and sports therapy, medicine, English and humanities, built environment and construction, biomedical science, counselling, law and legal professions, paramedicine, psychology, software, social science, teaching primary, teaching education, professional science, policing and policing and criminal justice, nursing, health and social care, and childhood studies. Let's just click on one and see what their rates are for the course. What would I like my kids to be into? Let's have a look at nursing, health and social care, criminal justice, and the law and legal professions. From £99, £98 a month, enroll today just for £10, £1,349. Access to higher education and law. Give you an opportunity to apply for a degree in law or in legal professions. This can lead to a career as a solicitor or barrister, a paralegal in education, such as research, and then you can go and work in a charity on voluntary sector and publishing. So basically, that's a whole thing there. So then you can become an undergraduate lawyer, a charitable lawyer, the type of person that advocates for people that are stuck and you know they're well within their rights to claim these things, and you can help them. Not just so much on like, so we've got fees here. Fee calculator. The moment the one payment is 1,000, now the fees change. Enroll today from £9.99. So what do we need? Optional extra qualification. Yeah, where is it? Support assessment. You may need GCSEs. You can study there along the same time. Functional skills, progression awards. You may need a further level 2 English, Maths and Science known as progression award to gain entry to university. If you not have these already, you study there with us. So see, that's not too bad. But they're not doing the course that I want. Course fees. A lot of people don't even look at this stuff. We can achieve whatever happens, no great value, no tie-ins or credit agreements, easy to manage, installments, flexible pay and study breaks, adaptable study schedules. What else have we got? You don't have to be a goody-goody two-shoes though. You have to be a goody-goody two-shoes. You have to be a productive member of society and want the best for others. And you have to have goodwill about you. You can't be a selfish drug dealer or drug addict that's blindsided by money because... No, well, yeah, you can, but just not being in a way of... to get onto a scholarship. Because, that's like you said, oh yeah, I want to be a chemist, but yet... you've got a family name of drug dealers attached to your name, and then it all goes through the health and social care system, Department of Education, and they find you, etc., etc. One of two things: you've either been sent to university to go become a chemist to start manufacturing drugs, or you're trying to make your way away from something. So don't forget, when these people are looking at you to accept you to a college or university, they will look at everything. So try and choose something. If your parents have done criminal activities and been to prison for something, try and choose something that's the total opposite of what they're involved in, where it cannot be used for negative influence. Oh no, everything can be used for negative influence, but you never know, it might not make a difference, just where the icing is. But yeah. Now that's that one. Distance learning centre. Learn direct, sponge learning, and this is corporate e-learning, so therefore multinational companies. So if you've got a multinational company, you can use this and then set it up to teach your staff. The student room. Okay, so basically the best provider according to student room shows where the best distance provider for access course, health please. Basically, they're Stonebridge College, Learn Direct, Dimensions Training, and Ealing, Hammersmith and West London College. They all provide the same course material and etc. But that's for those. So yeah. So they're recommended. So, yeah. But like I said, it could be £3,000 to £5,000 for a full course, including 5 GCSEs. Now, if I was looking at a course and they wanted for me to do 5 GCSEs, I would choose 2 GCSEs of filmmaking and a language, probably. So filmmaking studies and a language, because filmmaking studies is relatively easy to just pick, or hospitality and catering. So catering, for example, because they'll be really easy to do, and then you've fulfilled your criteria of 5 GCSEs. Now, don't get me wrong, that interviewer's going to know that you took 2 GCSEs that are easier, and he's going to know you could have took a harder GCSE that would help you with your university career. But given the fact that your time wasn't on your side, given if you're a mature learner, then look, if you're a kid, freaking heck, go for it all. Take the fucking lot off them. Take the lot. But these are things that when you're in school, you should not take your careers advisor for granted, because you talk to your careers advisor and he or she will do all of this for you and put you onto the right path of where you need to go, and listen to them. If they give you advice about friends, girlfriends, things like that, talk to them about everything. Treat them like a counsellor, because then they can help you with reminding you where you actually want to go, so you don't get lost. Anybody seen Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit? And he says, going through the woods, stick to the path. If not, you have to climb to the top of the tree to find the way out. We are chimps, but we're not that good. So they help you stay on the path of direction to where you want to go. Yeah. Bridges burnt, lessons learned, what can I say? I'm glad I woke up at 36 and not 56. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I've got to go sell a computer game. It's only a 10. It's only a 10. And I've got to get to the bank as well. That's £9. I know it's worth more than that in the long run. Let's have a look. I don't really want to sell a big thing. They'll pay £11. Oh my day. I don't want to sell anything. So this is an original black label of Duke Nukem. And it's complete as well. 1996 to 1997. Oh, flipping it. They sell for £8 and buy for cash too. Freaking moron. This one's in bad condition. Well, it's not in bad condition, it's in easily fixable condition with the right stuff, but oh, that's just fucking great. Diablo ain't even in its case. Flipping out, I'm going to give a £4 anyway. What the fuck? I must have bought a new one out, so I don't really know if that is the case. Where did I get advanced warfare? That's going to be about £1. I'm going to go. I'm going to try and find a computer game to get rid of.